Welcome back to the GFL. You know me, I'm Stephen B. And tonight,
it's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets on Thursday night.
Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Tonight on this fine Thursday night, we've got a good one in store as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the New York Jets. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
This one started, and we are underway from MetLife Stadium. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
You want to talk about a driven player, partner. This guy is absolutely that person. He doesn't just have goals in this game. He wants to be remembered among the best to play the position, and he treats every game as an audition for that. It's a lofty goal to set for yourself, but we've seen his drive lead to some impressive games from him. Perhaps another one is in store today.
They'll send Beckham in motion right. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
Well, certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's a completion right there.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. He finds his target, Beckham. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down. So they still get the completion even though the blitz was on. But the blitz got there. Does that stay in the mind of the quarterback for the next couple plays?
That's what you're hoping for. That's what you're planning for. It's a little risk reward, right? You're leaving your guys on an island back there in man coverage. But you take the chance that you get to the quarterback. And so he gets completion here. Congratulations. Keep coming at it, and hopefully it pays off by the end of the game that you're starting to get to him while still able to cover on the back end.
And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Hassan Reddick coming through with a stop there and a tackle for loss to boot.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
2nd down. Here's Mostert again. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, as the defense rallies quickly after the nice move. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And that is incomplete. The Jets defense making things difficult there. 4th down.
Tight defense there on 3rd down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution because he realized he's in field goal range. No sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
Sanders' kick is good, and the opening drive for the Dolphins yields 3. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
There have been very few quarterbacks in the NFL who have been as consistent throughout their career as Aaron Rodgers. He's been good for so long, and we've seen no decline in his skills. His accuracy and arm strength continue to elevate the talent around him, and his in-game mistakes, few and far between.
Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Now Hall to start the drive, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle, but give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
From the 20, here's 2nd and 9. Rodgers going to throw. Looking left side, he's got him in. That's Hall. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards for the Jets there as they got themselves a first down.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He said, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Rodgers now on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Here's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
3rd and 4. Now Rodgers. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Dolphins force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. After the turnover, it's Tua. Short throw to Smith, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
It's Dolphins football here as we begin the 2nd quarter. From the 31, here's 2nd and 6. As they've got it as we resume action. Now Tua. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look being on the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Tua sets up to pass it. That is caught, and he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Tua to try again on second down. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick. The 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That fifth defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. They trail 3-0 after the INT last time led to a field goal, but now another fresh start here, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Running left, it's Hall. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Holding offense.
So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
4 receivers split out here. It's 3rd and 8. Now Rodgers. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They'll start on the ground with Mostert. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 7. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain there of 21 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
To his throw, complete there to Beckham. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Beckham Jr. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the Jets' 33-yard line.
What's the deal, guys? They'll come up 2nd and 7. Tua going to throw. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. Down inside the 10. All the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 33 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead grows to 10-0.
Jets, nothing.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This fielded right at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The New York set to take the field. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Throwing is Rodgers. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They need 18 yards here on 3rd down. Paul want to give up the middle. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away. Now a hit and a loose football. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown.
As they began this last drive, things weren't exactly looking up for this offense. But after what they just did, putting the ball in the end zone, that took them away from the brink of possibly being knocked out of this game.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Tua once again here on 2nd and 10. That swung out to Mostert. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out in the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Here's Tua. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Tua now on first down. Too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
You still hold your breath a little as a defense when Tua gets out of the pocket. You're worried about him scrambling and getting a first down. But there, he made the wise call. If there's nothing downfield, just throw it away.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Welcome to the live GFL halftime show. Welcome everyone to another GFL halftime show. Thank you for joining us here tonight. It's been an interesting game so far. Each team has been trying different strategies and plays, but at the end of the day, this is football, and the better football team should win this game. Time will tell how each team looks coming out for the second half. Don't go anywhere. This is the GFL. Second half is next.
Thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, but we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side could play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Sanders now to kick this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Rodgers to throw. His throw incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain, or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Well, if they have any designs on getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New York. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Short throw to Smith.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Play action, now it's Tua. It's caught, Beckham, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Looking to pass. Tua. That's Waddle. He's got the catch on the out route. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And now to compensate, at least on this drive, a momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. He's got ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. So holding on the offense, they go ahead and decline the penalty, and the ball will change hands on the fumble recovery. Two sides to every coin. This is the bad side of missing the 58-yarder. Now they start at the 48. Rodgers now on first down. And check down complete to Hall. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. They'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
To throw is Rodgers. And he hits him in stride. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up the first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. A toss left side for Hall. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Rodgers. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress. And I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
Zerline's kick is up and through, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll try and start this drive in the air. On target over the middle to Hill. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Tua now on 1st down. He finds his target, Beckham. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A gain there of 21 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Now Tua on the bootleg here. Another catch there for Waddle. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. Second and 6. Tua going to throw. He's got Smith here. They just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Now Tua. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 9, he got 8. And that's going to leave him with a 4th and 1 on their side of the field.
The defense has been on the field a long time now, and after a run like that, they've got to feel like they're almost on roller skates and getting pushed backwards on just about every snap.
So a big one coming now for Jason Sanders. This to make it a 2-score game. The kick by Sanders is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So that's, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. On the return is Xavier Gibson. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Now Rodgers. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. He may go. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, mistake there by the offense, Charles. They tried to pick on a Pro Bowl corner in coverage there, and not the smartest decision. He reminded him that he was a Pro Bowl corner with not only the pick, but the pick-6.
And those guys who have that designation, sometimes they get a little bit bored in games because people try to avoid them. They absolutely love it when they get challenged, and it's a chance to remind everyone exactly why they were tabbed as one of the best in the league the prior season.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And able to get this out to the 25. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. And that last pick-6 may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the 4th quarter. They need points quickly. Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. After the pick-6, they go right back to the air. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing is Rodgers. And his throw is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Rodgers going to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
at the Dolphins' 46-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw going into the hands of Williams.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
It's a gain of 8. That's good for a Jets first down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Rodgers to throw once more. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Open man here is Conklin. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 13-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Over the middle, complete. That's Williams. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
And quickly, they get to the line. And again, it's Rodgers. That is caught by Williams. Touchdown, Jets. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Jets have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right. And if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Now a timeout called for by the defense as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. This now a 3rd and 4. Now Tagovailoa. Able to find the open man. That's complete. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Down to a knee goes Tua, and that should just about do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
Oh, the trip home so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how hyped up that crowd's going to be. They just used it as fuel, came in full confidence, believed in themselves, and got it done.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From MetLife Stadium, good night, everybody.